Yeah, I mean, tell me. You seem like you got something on your mind. You had something happen today, where you want to get some stuff off your chest.
Not really. It's not about what happened today or yesterday. I'm just little. Uh, every day, you talk to yourself sometimes. Why? How should I do this? Why am I doing this? We all, end of the day, kind of, as a result of the day, you talk to yourself, right? And I interact with a lot of people from different worlds, from clients, and I'm a little confused here because the police is not working. This and that. Sure, I agree, right? But what are we doing, right? As individual, what are we doing as a family owner, or a business owner, as a father, as a husband? Every day we make choices, right? We make choices, and then those choices have consequences. We need to understand that uh, if my friend is not a good friend tomorrow, that was my choice yesterday. I'm not gonna blame that guy. Yeah, he's a bad guy, but I did a wrong choice choosing him as a friend, right? So I learned something about it. Sure, now I'll do better. But it was my choice.
So what do people do?
That's what I want people to do, to make choices today. Uh, oh, I'm not buying, bro, buying a dog, it's too much headache. Work, I need to clean that dog. I need to take this dog to walk. I need to clean his poop. Hair, it's a lot of work. Sure, it is. Of course, it is. Having a child is also a lot of work. But there is a reason why we have kids. There is a reason why we have wives. There is a reason why we have dogs. What this dog is giving you, what about that? Right? Some people want just companion. Sure, you need that. You get a dog as a companion. You feel like you need that companion. Some people need these dogs for protection. Then yes, you need it for protection. You're giving something to this dog to get something from the dog, right? Now, what are you doing about? Were you teaching this dog to tomorrow get? That's another choice. Oh, I have a dog. He's okay. He will do. If the time comes, he will do it. Are you hoping? Are you wishing? Or are you training this dog to do what he's supposed to do, or what she's supposed to do?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like this is an issue of preparation for you. Like
Exactly.
you want people to prepare.
Why are we thinking like we're allowed to ask something that we don't teach? Why we think nothing is free in this world? Everything we have, we pay for it. Everything we do, we pay for it. Now, if you're under the impression that I hope this dog will do the job, or I hope people will not break into my house, I hope these bad guys will not attack my family. Hope, sure, good luck. But tomorrow, if something like that happens, don't blame anybody else. Blame yourself, because that was your choice today, and the consequences are tomorrow.
And what do they do going forward? Let's say it does happen and they didn't prepare.
You gotta live with it. Now you gotta live with it. Can you live with it? If today you're listening to what I'm saying, right, and you're like, okay, yeah, okay, and you're still making a decision to not protect your family, and tomorrow something happens, who you gonna blame? Yourself, or to the government, or to the police department, or to this bad guy? You know? Everything has two sides, right? Right now we have crisis, economic crisis. Everybody is short on money. People are suffering. People are hungry. Now, if you're smart person, you make money somehow, or there is smart people who do white crimes, sure, and there is people who do other crimes.
What's a white crime?
White crime is frauds, cryptos, whatever, right? Not a violent crime, right? But there is some people, they don't know or they're not smart enough to do any of that. The only way they survive is to steal, kill. They need to eat. End of the day, they need to eat. And that's the only way they eat. Today we have, like yesterday, I had a call. A little Pomeranian dog runs away and a coyote takes it and tears apart. Do you think coyotes want to come down to cities? Do you think they want to be around people? They don't. The only reason they come down because they're hungry. There is no enough hunt for them in the mountains, in the whatever they live in. There is no food. That's why they come down, taking that chance, risk, to eat. Same thing, people. They're hungry. They need to eat. Now, they're good people? No, in my opinion. But these people need to eat. And they're going to break into your house to eat. Now, let's blame. What is it going to take you?
Are you saying that something is going to happen, or can you give us the inside scoop? Like, are you saying that we need to prepare for something that's incoming?
Look, every day we watch news, we see crimes, we have all of these apps that 2 miles away somebody got killed, somebody got robbed, whatever, right? We get this every day. This is how we wake up. And we know it's pretty bad. The economy is bad. People don't have money. What's your calculation on that? What's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? Every average person should understand what's going to happen next. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Look, guys, when people are hungry, when your child is hungry, you don't really care. You're going to go bring something for your child to eat. Good way, bad way, that's another question. But at that second, you're in a survival mode. You're going to do whatever it takes. They're making their decisions, their choices. They're going to pay for it one day. But we're making our choices too. What's our choices? What are we doing to protect what we have? Because more you have, more you need to protect.
What are you doing to protect?
Me? Brother, I have a background of military, law enforcement. I know how to use guns. My canines are with me. Am I a target? I don't think anybody stupid wants to come to me and approach me or break into my house. It might be. That will be their choice, and then they will pay the price for it. But do I really care? Let them try. Let them try. If they can steal it from me or break into my house, good job, right? But what were we doing as regular civilians when you don't know how to use a gun? Oh, I have a gun. Sure, you have a gun. Do you know how to use a gun? Oh, I know how to shoot at the shooting range. Sure. Do you think you're safe now? Look, I love guns. I'm a gun person, but I'm against the rules of getting a gun. What is the requirement to get a gun? Clean criminal record, sure. Okay, I have it. Okay, safety test. Okay, yeah, reasonable. 10 days, you have a gun. How you give a gun to a person who doesn't know how to shoot? And then that gun kills somebody accidentally. That gun kills the child inside the house because this guy doesn't know how to clean a gun and kills his own child. And then all guns are violence. We're blaming the gun. We're not blaming us that we get something we don't know how to use. Guys, this is our choices. This is our choices. When a couple of years ago this loitering starts going on, robberies, attacking people, there was a line in front of the gun stores. Even people who all life complained about guns, they were at that stores buying guns.
I remember.
But okay, you got the gun. You getting a gun, you're shaking. What that gun is going to do to you? How you going to use that gun? Sure, go train. Now, okay, I have a dog. Go train your dog. Prepare yourself. you know,
Well, how does the average person snap into that mentality? What's like the minimum that an average person can do? Like, they don't have like a canine. Maybe they have a gun, but like maybe they don't have a bunch of money, right? What are they gonna do?
every person is an individual, different case, different situation, right? I want that question to be in everybody's mind. What am I gonna do? Right? Let's first think about ourselves, right? What, am I prepared somehow if this is happens? If am I prepared to protect my child? What did I did to protect my child? A lot of people think family is just have kids, work to provide food and clothes, school. Sure, that's part of it. What else, right? Are you teaching your child how to become a good person? Are you teaching your child how to protect themselves? Are you teaching your child how to discipline, how to have a discipline? No, a lot of people don't. We think just provide food, money for their education, that's it. That's our job. No, it's not. Being a child, being a father, you're not just a parent, you're a teacher. Right? If you're not preparing your kids how to survive in this world, then don't blame anybody. Don't blame the teacher at school.
How are you teaching your kids?
Look, I'm from a little age. My kids been in so many real fake situations to figure things out. My son was 4 years old. He was shooting a gun professionally, from 4 years old. He was 9 years old, and I'm not even talking about canines right now. My kids they were with canines all their lives. My kids know how to handle canines more than a police officer. My kids know how to react in those situations. My son was a professional hunter by giving a test at 9 years old. At 11 years old, he was from 86 professional shooters, he got first place. And that's not only that part, right? He's now 14. He can go out of state by himself. That's how much I taught my son. That's how much I trust my son now. Because I put him in a lot of fake situations, create problems for them fake because, they don't have enough. So they had to figure it out. If my son comes and says, I'm hungry, and I had a situation like that, right? We are in training in a desert with dogs. A lot of people, and it's a desert. You don't have stores to buy food, right? And we didn't take any food. I thought, okay, somewhere like 12, we'll go somewhere and have lunch. And my little one comes in and says, Dad, I'm hungry. I'm like, we don't have food. It's like, I'm hungry. I'm like, listen, son, you know how many people here? Like maybe 100? I'm sure some of these people bring chips, sandwiches, whatever. Here's your $20. Go buy from somebody. But he's like, Dad, they don't sell. They bring it. I'm like, listen, are you hungry? He's like, yeah. I'm like, here's the money. Go figure it out. Go buy it. Go figure it out. After 15 minutes, he comes with one sandwich, 2 chips, a Coke, a water, and gives me my 20 back. I'm like, so what happened? Is like, well, I figured it out. They didn't even ask money for it. Sure, you're hungry, you eat. Yes, I could go by as a father and say, hey, can I buy your sandwich? Can I buy your chips? My kid says hungry or something, right? But no, go figure it out. What if tomorrow I die? What if I'm not here? What if? Can my son survive? Does your kid know how to survive in the situations? I mentioned hunting, right? My son is a professional hunter. Hunter is not just the guy who shoots the hunt. The hunter is a survivor. He survives in a desert. He survives in a woods. The hunter should know how to survive, and my kids do.
It
Now,
sounds-
if tomorrow, for a second, imagine, for a second, and this is not too far, mark my words today, one day we will wake up and see we have no power. What are we going to do? We have no power. We have no phones. We have no internet. We have nothing. For a second, we have nothing. We have no power. That means we have nothing. Now we all go survivor. 1 day, 2 days, 6 days, 7 days. Oh shit. What are we doing? We all go survivor mode. People who were not prepared to eat, they're gonna go out hunting. Oh, you have nice house, something in there. You know, oh, there is a generator. That means they have gas. So, can you protect yourself? Can you survive? Can you see how your kids are gonna starve?
That's what you're talking about is really just problem solving.
Yes, but now, you know, this reality is not too far. Right now, everywhere in the world there is wars, like crazy. They just kill each other. And this is gonna escalate. This is gonna go more and more and more and more and more. If you pay attention to presidents, high-end politics, they talk about this. Little signs you should see what's coming. But again, this is a bigger topic. This is not our, something that we can resolve. What we need to think is, what are we doing as a human, as a father, as a owner of your own family? That's a small country. Because country starts a home, and then a town, and then city, and then state, and then country, right? Now let's go back to family. As a president of your home, what do you do to provide for your family? Food, safety, how to survive in situations. What do you do? And again, those are choices we make. And tomorrow we can all cry about it, say, oh, this government is bad, this police is bad, these people are bad, everybody's bad. But we make our choices, do something about it or not to do anything about it, and that's your choice. You're gonna pay for it. I didn't choose this government. Fuck the left, fuck the right. They're either of them not good. I didn't vote for any of them. But that's a choice too, right? You decided to not be involved. That means you have no say so. At that second, you said, I don't want to say anything, yes or no. Now shut up because you had no say so. That's your choice, right? Whatever we have today is the decision of yesterday that brings us to today. So now let's go back again, right? What's the most important concern here? Safety, right? And survival. Now, what are we doing for our safeties? What are we doing for, if something happens tomorrow? For some reason, most of my clients, they come from law enforcement. Not because they're law enforcement, recommendation of law enforcement. And you know why? Because they already got breaked in. Something happened already, and they're like, officer, what should I do? There's nothing you can do. You got to protect yourself or go get a dog. That's how I get my clients, most of them. Or I get clients who are smart enough to understand that if I don't prepare myself today, tomorrow something happens, I'm going to have to live with that. You're a nice guy, you're smart, you make money, you have nice cars, nice house, you have good kids. If you're working somewhere and somebody breaks into your house, harms your child, not only physically, just the trauma that your kid needs to go through. I know kids I know families. Recently, something happened. One of these families, their child cannot speak until now because of the trauma. Can you live with that? Can you be like, oh, you know, no, bro, no. We can't afford to make these choices or take chances of this is not gonna happen to our home. And you know, we can rely on help. I tell my clients, like, something happens, shit hits the fan, come to Delta. We'll protect you. But how many people I can protect? You know, what do you do to protect yourself, your kids? That's your choice. So if now we go back to again dogs, you know, dogs are very loyal creatures. They're good companions. They're loyal to death. But if we're choosing breeds that was created for a reason, right? We should be fair enough to what kind of a breed we're choosing for what. If you're choosing a breed, it's a Shepherd, Belgian, Corso, and you want them to be fluffy, maybe, but they have DNA. One day, you know, that dog shows aggression. Now, where, how, in what situations you're gonna pay prices for those two? Because if you didn't teach your dog what to do, he has a right or she has a right to do whatever they think is right, or whatever the situation was. Now, who pays for that? Not the dog, maybe the dog with his life, or you as an owner who's responsible of having that dog. Yeah, I couldn't afford the training. It's too expensive. Sure. Can you afford when your dog attacks somebody? That's a lawsuit. That's more expensive than a dog training. Can you afford when your dog attacks your child's face or your family members? It's expensive. And again, those are choices too. Nobody is allowed to ask anything if you didn't do something about it. Like, you didn't train your dog. You didn't train your kids how to interact with your dog. You didn't tell your friend how to interact with your dog. Now, the dog makes the decision in a situation, which is most of the time people think it was a wrong decision, but it was wrong decision for you. But it was a right decision for a dog because he was at that point trying to protect himself, or the person who got the bite did a wrong thing. Most of the time, in these situations, it's more of a human's fault than a dog's fault. You know, and then we just blame. Man, tough luck. It was a good luck. I'm not a lucky person. Whatever the reason is, it doesn't matter. You made a choice to have that dog. You made a choice to not train that dog. You made a choice to put that dog in that situation. Go and pay for it. Be a man. That was your choice yesterday, which is the price you have to pay today. Don't blame anyone. I'm sorry. And this is our reality. This is where we live with. This is the quality of people we live with that don't want to take responsibilities. We just complain. Sure, why should I take responsibility if I can just blame anybody else? Go ahead, sure. But at the end of the day, what that gives you, you know? At the end of the day, either you have to kill your dog, or somebody is injured. We see cases, you know, dogs attacking kids, tearing them apart. Is the dog's fault? No. It's not the dog's fault. Did you teach your child how to interact with a pit bull? No. So it's the dog's fault? Come on. Stop blaming. Just do something about it, You don't have the education, educate yourself. It's a technology world. Ask a question to your phone. They will answer it. But do not blame. Now, uh, if we come down to, these breeds that people mix, you don't know what you get out of it. The dog looks good. People buy dogs by their look of it. Picture. Cute dog, beautiful dog, nice dog, looks tough. Okay, do you know anything about this breed? Do you know what they're capable of? Do you know their genetics? Do you know what they can do when they're not puppies anymore? Careful. Careful with your choices. It's not just about cute, fluffy, fun. There is consequences.
What first inspired you to work with dogs, specifically protection and training?
Dogs are my life. I mean, I was little child. I was grown with dogs. I was working with dogs, training dogs. When I was walking as a child outside with my dog, I didn't need 3 friends with me to be tough. I had my dogs. I will argue with guys that 10 years older than me if I needed to, because I was tough enough with my dogs, you know. And but what gives me this feeling of working with dogs and loving dogs? Uh, I don't just use them for protection, right? They're my life. They're part of me. They're the most loyal creature in the world. Loyalty for me, it's more than everything. You know, and when people do something bad to me, that I just know them, or they're just whatever, it's not that painful. When people stab you in the back, uh, it's not painful if it's stranger. It's painful when it's somebody that you know, somebody you trusted, somebody you loved. Uh, the that's what's painful. That's what's called backstabbing, right? But one thing about dogs, you will never get that. They're loyal as there is no creature in this world that is loyal than a dog. But you have to be on the same page with your dog. You need to give to get.
Was there a particular dog or experience that sparked the passion for this type of training?
I had different dogs. I had pit bull too. I had corso too. I had shepherd too. They're all different. As people, we're different, right? I have 3 friends. They're my best friends, but they're different, right? Their personality is different. I don't do same relationship with everybody's individual for me. So I know how to be friend with this guy. I know how to be friend with this guy, right? Same thing with dogs. They're different. You need to understand how to interact with them. You need to be fair to their breed, how smart they are, what they can do, what they cannot do. You cannot force the dog to do something that they can't do it. You're forcing them to fail. Right? Same thing, your friend. If your friend is a doctor and you have a fight with gangsters and you call your doctor friend and say, bro, I need your help, he's not going to come. You're forcing him to fail, right? He's a doctor. If you get injured, you can call him, he'll take care of it. But do not force him to do something that he can't, right? Same thing with dogs. You got to be fair to the breed. Now, I prefer shepherds because they're intelligent, they're strong, they're loyal, they're tough. It matches my personality, it matches my lifestyle, it matches my mentality. So, but every dog for me is a dog, you know. It's just you gotta understand why you're choosing a breed, for what purpose, and be fair.
Like, did you always envision Delta Canine Academy as being what it is today, or did that evolve over time?
Uh, Look, a lot of people will say, this guy is a dreamer, right? When I opened Delta and when I spend a lot of money to create this company, I bet every single person in United States that works with dogs said this guy is crazy. That's too much money to put into this kind of a business. It's not worth it. Blah 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 blah. It wasn't about money, you know. What wanted to create, it wasn't about money. Of course, money is important, you know. But if you go ask any of my clients, is this guy about money? If any of them say yes, that means I fell. Every single client of mine, they know I'm a family. They know anytime they call me, I'll be there for you. They know if their dog needs something, I'm there for them. If I see something that needs to be done, it doesn't matter the client paid for it or not, it will get done because I see the problem, I need to have a solution for it, right? Uh, if people can understand this, providing peace of mind, safety to somebody else as family or life and be valued for it has no price. If I think I'm tough enough to protect my kids, my family, and I know the easy ways for everybody to do it, and I can help them to get that peace of mind and safety, it's a pleasure for me to do. It's not an easy job, guys. It's hard. You deal with.
So did you do this originally for the community aspect of it?
You know, if I can do something to help, you know, it's very important what you do in your life as a job, right? Because 80% of your life is your work. Can you imagine 80%? That's like a lot. You're working 80% of your life. Now, do you want to do something you love, you enjoy, or you want to do something because you have to? Again, choices, right? But I'm doing something that I love. It's my passion, and also became a business. So it's all in one, right? And doing something good for people and make money also. What else you want from this life? You're helping somebody. People are appreciate. They respect you. They respect your family. They respect your craft, but also they pay for it. You know, and it's good. I love it. Right?
Yeah. So yeah, that sounds great. I mean, what was the biggest challenges you faced when you started this company? Because I mean, that's pretty. You know, everybody loves following their passion. It can be pretty challenging. I'm wondering, what did you face?
I do not know anybody in this life that had some kind of a success and didn't pay a high price for it. I had a lot of sleepless nights. I had a lot of issues I had to deal with. I had to learn a lot in the middle of it. And I'm still doing it. But I did pay high price. You know, sometimes we get something, we lose something. Sometimes we have to give something to get something. And I gave a lot to this company. That's why this company for me is not just a work. This company is my life now. And my staff is my family. My clients are my family. That's how I take it.
Were there any moments where you doubted the path, and what made you continue, if so?
Look, every day, and that happens a lot. Stress, problems. Every morning I wake up, minimum of 8 to 10 problems. Right? It's a big operation. dogs, you know, there is can be bites, can be issues, can be clients, you know, they have issues. You have to be on top. Every day I wake up with problems, but I come to work. I enjoy what I do, and I accept the fact that this is what I choose, and it's good or bad, with problems or not. It's this is if this is what I do, this is what I love to do, then I do it without crying about it. Yes, it's hard. Believe me, it's harder than you think. Believe me when I say, but it is what it is. It is what I like to do. And if I'm doing something, I have to be proud of what I'm doing, and I gotta do it good.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, I've seen you go through all that from the very beginning. I'm really curious, though. What was like maybe the first breakthrough that made you realize that this was actually going to work?
Look, there is people who see only today. There is people who can see tomorrow. There is people who can see year from now, 5 years from now, right? You schedule your life, you know, based on who you are. You can see things coming. I try to make decisions for my life or in general that what I see coming, right? Feelings, it's very important. I trust my feelings. And I did see these crimes is gonna raise, these problems are gonna raise, especially in California. And I wanted to just do something about it. I wanted to just create something that, you know, it's part of our lives and also protects us, gives us peace of mind, protects our kids. You know, guys, we turn on the social media. Oh, yesterday, 11 years old child died because of this. Oh my God, that's so bad. Sure, it's bad, but can we do something about it? You know, because now we see that for a second, we get emotional, and we move on. We go to our problems. We go to our jobs. You know, we have our own problems, but we're not thinking one day this is gonna hit our door. We're not thinking that this problem is for everybody. It's not just happened to this family. This problem is real, and it's every second happening, and it's gonna come to your door one day. And if I can do something to prevent, I will do my best to prevent. You know, but it's not only me. People need to let me do it. They need to trust me to do it if they cannot do it by themselves. You know,
What's the most fulfilling part of this job for you?
what is it?
The most fulfilling part of the job for you?
Um, I guess when you're doing something and people are appreciate, that's the highest reward. When a person who pays me money, even though they're struggling with money, and then at the end says, every penny was worth it. Thank you. You're my family now. You're always going to be in my life. That's the highest reward. That trust, that's respect. I'm a kind of a person, for me, my name, my respect is more than my life. I will lose my life, but I will not give up my name.
So, tell me, because I've seen this company grow from like the very beginning. I'm curious if you can tell me and the audience, how has Delta Canine in your eyes grown since like the early days? Like, what's the big difference between when we started to like where we are today?
Yeah. Delta Canine grows so fast. It happened naturally. I didn't do any. I worked hard for it, but I didn't boost it fakely. I swear, today's social media is the highest platform, right? Uh, my social media got big when I appeared on LA Times first page, and I believe I had 5 6,000 followers on Instagram. I wasn't even paying attention. I'm not a media guy, you know. I don't. If I don't have this business, I will not have social media. But it just happened naturally, you know. Something happened. People got robbed, and then they got canines, and then that prevented, and then I end up getting a call from LA Times interviewed, and then I was on a first page. Full first page was about me. Next day it was all over the news in the world. I got calls from England to Germany, Poland, you know, out of states, everywhere, Dubai, right? And it just boomed, you know. Every day I was getting 5,000 followers, every day, and that was the reward of my job. That was a bit. That was something that blew my mind. That uh, I guess if you're working hard, one day you will be appreciated. You know, one day you will get your reward. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, but it will be appreciated. You know.
Like looking back at the very beginning, like through the struggles and all that, is there anything you would have done differently?
Nothing big that I will say I will, you know, I will change. But maybe some people that, you know, it was wrong people at that time in my life. Maybe, you know, things I could have done it better, right? Operational wise. But it's nothing big, nothing that will make humongous change. Because whatever we had today is a result of the hard work, and mistakes or problems is for you to learn. You know, down the road, you have to go through that to learn. I don't think you know, universities or colleges or uh, places that, you know, gives you piece of certificate teach you how to live. And real life teaches you more. And I had to go through it to learn, and I had to go through it to be better, and I'm still going through it. So, you know, end of the day, it's a problem or it's a reward. It's mine, and I have to take it and resolve it.
So, what are your goals for the future of Delta Canine Academy?
My goals is just do much as I can do. Much as I can do for people that deserve. Much as I can do for my community. Much as I can do uh, for my kids, my family. And when I'm not here anymore, not in this world, I want my kids to walk proud that they had a dad who made something or changed something, or at least tried his best to do something for people. Uh, that's what you take from this life. You don't take your money, you don't take your cars, you don't take nothing. We don't take nothing from this life. The question is, will you live before you go? If your kids are proud of you, they're gonna remember you. If my clients, people that know me, they're gonna remember me in a good way, then I'll go happy from this life. And we don't know when that is, today, tomorrow, 10 years, 50 years from now. It doesn't really matter, because every day for me, it's like a last day. I live it to the most, and I do it to the most to not regret tomorrow.